Robert Whittaker lays out desired timeline for UFC return in 2024. Former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker has his eyes on a return to the top in 2024. In terms of his fighting career, 2023 has been a year to forget for Whittaker, who fell short in his sole outing. 10 months on from a striking masterclass against Marvin Vettori in Paris, the Reaper was upset by the rising Dricus du Plessis, who knocked him out this past July at UFC 290. The result saw Whittaker fall short of a third crack at having his hand raised opposite Israel Adesanya. But with The Last Stylebender dropping the crown to Sean Strickland at UFC 293 in September, the division appears wide open again. With that in mind, the 3-ranked contender is looking to return to the winner's circle and stake his claim for a first fight against Tarzan. And having missed out on his push for another fight before the end of this year, Whittaker has adjusted his targeted comeback date. During a recent episode of the Arcade podcast, Whittaker looked ahead to what he hopes to be a more successful year than 2023 has been. In terms of his next bout, the Reaper eliminated January as an option owing to the birth of his fifth child, instead setting his sights on a walk to the octagon in either February or March. Who knows what's happening? I'm looking to fight, I think realistically, February or March next year, Whittaker said. Mainly because December, at this point for me, it's too soon. I like having at least 8 weeks of fighting. I like having 8 weeks notice, because that's enough time to make the weight healthy while getting the most out of training. I don't want to fight in January because my baby's due, Sophia's baby, Whittaker continued. I'd like to be around for that and not have to worry about flying out or in. Obviously I'll camp through the whole thing and then fight in February or March. That would be a good kickoff for 2024. While an opponent remains to be determined, Whittaker has expressed interest in sharing the cage with ex-welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. The Nigerian Nightmare debuted at middleweight on short notice last month at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi, where he narrowly fell short of a potential shot at two-division glory on the scorecards against Khamzat Chimaev. With Boers expected to receive a title opportunity on the back of defeating Usman, perhaps the Reaper will target the same result in the first quarter of 2024.